Mary from Hardyville writes, since the pandemic, my church has not been holding any services, but I faithfully listen to you. My question is this. I'm holding my tithe, which is now up to about $2,500. Would it be okay to give this money to someone I know is in need, or should this be given directly to my local church?
It's a good question. So, Mary from Hardyville, I would encourage you to maybe take, my course on handling money. It's not for the faint. It's a long course, but there is a whole section just on giving. So I deal with stewardship, what the Bible says about stewardship. We're stewards, which means we're going to give an account someday, not just for 10%, but all 100% of how we used our money. We talk about debt. We talk about saving. We talk about giving. We talk about planning. So these are in investing, and these are all important things. But no, the tithe belongs to the local church. And I go through a number of passages. Now, why you're holding your tithe, I don't understand. Because I'm assuming that while your church may be not meeting physically due to the virus, and some churches have chosen to do that. Most of our African-American churches in Beaufort County are closed, especially since they are a high-risk group. And then some churches have limited, opening in terms of what you can come. If you come to Community Bible Church, we practice social distancing and we wear masks until we get to the seat. Once you're in the seat and your row behind you is about 8 feet away, you don't have to wear your mask unless you want to, and you're free to wear it the whole time. So we took not a no seat, no mask policy or no mask at all, but kind of an in-between policy where we're trying to protect people who are vulnerable, especially the African-American members of our church and our older adults who wouldn't come, and unsaved people who would not come, young and old. I've had young couples say, hey, thank you, we're a little apprehensive about coming to church here today because we didn't know if you were going to have a no-mask policy, but we're glad that you had some care for the people who would visit, only to find out later that they're not even saved people. And can you imagine the opportunity we would have missed? Not to mention, of course, yesterday a new study came out speaking about the permanent heart damage that some people are going to have to live the rest of their lives with if they get COVID. So, God willing, this thing will be gone before too long. I hate these masks. I do. I'm just being honest. But it's not about me. It's about people who need to know Christ and God's people who want to come to church. And if you've got this attitude, well, these are just, people who are taking away our freedoms, and they don't look. I'm sure there's some evil motives in some people's hearts for wearing masks and trying to mandate it on other people. But my thought is I want to protect those who are coming, and I want unsaved people to come. And if someone comes without a mask, they're still welcome. We don't have like mask police at our church. With all this said, your tithe belongs to your local church, and that's where it should go. But while you've held it, I'm assuming the expenses of the church still goes on. Someone has to cut the lawn, and I'm assuming your pastor, that you have a full-time pastor, and he's working and visiting people and preparing messages that he's probably doing online. So I'm assuming all those things. And if that is the case, then you should be giving to your local assembly because that's where your tithe belongs. So don't hold on to it. Give it. It doesn't belong to Community Bible Church or to an individual. It belongs to your local church. Now, if you have something above the tithe, what we might call an offering that you want to give to Operation Christmas Child, or you just want to give as a free will offering to someone in need, great. But the tithe belongs to the local church, the first 10%.
Dr. Carl Broggi answers your questions about the Bible and living the Christian life Tuesday mornings at 11 on The Light, 88.7 FM, and online around the world at wagp.net.